Hello YouTube, SierraKid4. Today I want to talk about survival kits, and specifically pocket survival kits, which is a highly debated topic, and everybody has their own opinion, and in the end you just have to experiment and come up with whatever fits you and your needs most. But today I want to show you what I think is the ultimate pocket survival kit. So, to start with, it's in a film canister, if you remember these. I don't really know where you're gonna get one of these anymore, but they work amazingly well because they're small enough to fit in your hand. You can put them anywhere, your pocket, your pockets of your backpack, wherever. If you can't find one of these, things like Altoid containers, stuff like that work just as well, but I like these better. So on the outside of this, I have medical tape, which I just wrapped it around, and it's an incredibly useful thing, not only for medical things, but also for repairing things. So I've never ever had to use this for first aid, but I have used it to repair shoes, and like when your sole blows out and stuff, and you can use it to patch things, like I patched a boat with it once, tents, patching. It's just great, useful tape. So then, on the inside, the cool thing about this is it's all watertight and waterproof, so no water can get in. But on the inside, well, to start with any survival kit, you need to worry about food, shelter, water, and rescue. And those are kind of the main priorities that need to be covered by one of these. So, to start with, I have this little bit of tinfoil. And tinfoil is great because you can, it's a big thing, tinfoil. It's great because you can use it to signal for rescue. You can use it to, if you have a pot without a lid, and you're cooking something on a fire, you can cover it, and ashes and bits and twigs and stuff won't get in. You can wrap meat or any type of food, fish, cook a fish in it by wrapping it up and putting in the coals. You could, although I haven't tried this, you could probably make a bowl out of this to put water in to either purify it or boil water in. So it's a really, really useful thing. I use it to cook fish a lot. It's awesomely useful. So there's that. Put that there. Then there is a water purifying tablet, which I got this at REI. They are really helpful. I mean, if all you have is this and you don't have a canteen or something, you can use the tinfoil to make a bowl to purify water in, and it's really useful just because you always want purified water, because half of the time water will not be safe to drink. So that's a biggie. Then you have, for getting food, I've got this thing of fishing line, which is on this lovely little paper clip, which you could also bend to make fish hooks or things out of. It's pretty useful. For the most part, I guess you'd tie it to a stick. Caught a bunch of fish. You don't really need a rod or reel. I've caught plenty of fish just on a stick. It's a little harder, but you can, okay. So that's for fish. Catching fish. Got hooks in there at the bottom. Needle and thread. This is really, really important. The needle you can use to, if you have a blisters, you can pop blisters with it after you sterilize it, so you don't get infected. You can use it to sew up wounds with the thread. So you have to give yourself stitches. It hurt, but you can do that. You can sew clothing, fix clothing. It's just really important. Always keep that with you. So we've got those. Then we have, we'll get that later, a straw. And I only fit this in because, I mean, it's small, it's light, you can squeeze it in there. It's really good if there's like a really light puddle, shallow puddle, or a little bit of water stuck in little cracks. You can use this to get it out. So it's useful, and it's just small and easily fits inside, because inside it I keep this tiny birthday candle, which is good for fire. I mean, it's not going to give you much because it's just a tiny little birthday candle. It won't stay lit much longer than a match, but it'll still give you a little bit more flame time, which might help you get your fire going faster. Then there is also for fire, obviously, you have matches, and these are waterproof matches. These ones aren't the best matches, they're the Coleman ones, but they're small, they fit, and these are waterproof, and you always want these. I have 6 of them, because you never want to just have 1 or 2 matches, because they can break, things can happen to them, so you want enough for several fires at least. And hopefully this isn't all you have. You want to also bring some other things, but if this is all you have, then of course striker for said matches is a band-aid. I mean, it's not a very big band-aid, so it wouldn't be very helpful for anything big, but it's small. You can wrap it, curl it up like that, and just stick it in like that, and it doesn't take up any space really, and it's helpful, you know, for small things. Then we've got these. This is 2 little razor blades, which if you don't have a knife, these would be so helpful. You know, got a fish with them. You could split a stick in half and put this in. It's kind of like that, and then tie it. Then you have a little knife thing. I mean, they're small, so they're not really useful, but they're still kind of useful. So then, for food, I have this lure here. So, I mean, it's going to be harder to fish with lures with just this fishing line and not a actual fishing rod, but it's still going to work. It's Castmaster. They are so far the best lures that I have ever found. Catch the most fish. Fish like them. Cheap. So then, still with fish, I've got these 2 weights right here. You know, need weights. These are non-lead, so you can use them with your teeth. Open up, close them without worrying about lead poisoning. And then I've got 2 flies, because basically you don't want just one type of way to get food. You want many different types, because if they're not biting lures, then they might bite flies, and if they're not doing flies, then you want fish hooks. And so here I just have a bunch of fish hooks and a swivel, just because, I mean, it's small, light, catch fish. And I've also got a couple of these safety pins, bobby pins, and they are useful because you can use them to catch fish. You can use them to hold closed wounds. You can hold clothing together, you know, stuff like that. So, pretty much, that is what I think is one of the ultimate survival kits. I have used it a whole ton of times. It's very, very useful, but in the end, you kind of just have to experiment, see what you use most. That is it.